So we're back in Victoria. We have a ton of projects to do. It's not perfect, but it's an improvement. This is it, Mom. The start of the adventure. I'm Kate, and this is my husband Mick. Our kids, Thomas and Bentley. We bought a 45-foot sailboat, Meraki, completely refit her, had a shakedown cruise, and now we're ready to sail to Mexico and beyond. These are my parents. They're helping us sail down to California, and then they'll be preparing their sailboat to join us on the journey. Come along with us as we learn, laugh,
I play with boats,
and explore. And hey, don't forget to hit subscribe. So we're back in Victoria. It's pretty exciting. We are in a place called Cabro Bay, which geographically that is
southern end of Vancouver Island, pretty much the southeastern corner.
Right at the end of the Juan de Fuca Strait where it turns into Harris Strait. So we tend to cop quite a bit of strong winds from the Juan de Fuca Strait. It is gusting, I would say, up to 30 knots tonight. We are swinging in circles around our anchor, but we are secure and we're fine.
Thank you, Mantis.
Yes, good job, Mantis. But it is a little bit uncomfortable. We're planning to be here for 2 weeks. We have a ton of projects to do. Most of them are just tiddly little things. Some of them are things we can't leave without, like a life raft and fixing the gooseneck. A gooseneck is where the boom attaches to the mast, and it's like a little turning, swiveling hinge. It's corroding and coming off. Then the other stuff is like, we could leave without it being done. Some of our running rigging is meh. We could probably make it work, but we want to change it out.
Want to add another 2 batteries. So
our battery bank.
Yep, so our battery bank will be up to 900 amp hours, which will be nice. And then just spares, so many spare parts.
Provisioning, getting Mom and Dad's room ready. Really, it's just the dinette that we're gonna put a curtain up and pretend it's a bedroom.
But today, I'm gonna try and take some rigging down and get that taken to a place to get redone. Alright, so the rigging continues. Yesterday we pulled the adjustable backstays off and got them to the shop. Then this morning I took a couple of the halyards down and I attached some thinner rope to the ends of the halyards so I could run it up and then back down, just tie it back into that thin rope and then flip it back up.
So Mick's been working hard this week. I guess, did you start yesterday? Feels like longer than that we've been here. So some of our running rigging is pretty old and crusty.
It looks like power lines.
It does.
It's like, oh, someone knocked the power pole down. Look at the shape on that.
Some of it is even damaged and frayed. We're not replacing everything because a lot of it, even though it maybe doesn't look super pretty, is actually in really good shape. It just might need a freshwater wash, but quite a bit of it definitely needs to be replaced. And Mick is doing a great job. And man, it looks great to have nice new lines.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna class us up a little bit. Welcome to Smokey Cabro Bay.
I'm a hot dog.
Oh, we have our hot dog boy. You must be hot. You're so muggy. I don't know how you're wearing a down vest. There are wildfires all over BC, and the wind blew in the smoke yesterday. It's very hot. The forecast is like 31 degrees, and then the smoke just makes it so muggy and gross. But that's okay. We just picked up our new rigging, the bits that we wanted to replace. We don't know how to splice things yet, so the shop so kindly spliced on all the tackle. Would you call it tackle? What do you call it?
I don't know.
You know, the bits that we need on.
The boat bits.
And now our boat will be nicely color coded. Everything for the main will be green. Everything for the stay sail will be red.
blue.
Blue, and everything for the jib will be red. So that will be nice once I actually get that figured out. Do you see that?
Huh?
16 days until departure day. Crazy! It's crazy. We're once again living in chaos mode because we've got so many projects on the go. I'm trying to get some office work done. Hi, office boy.
G'day.
Things like registering our EPIRB. An EPIRB is an emergency device that if you were ever needing rescuing, you activate it.
It notifies the Coast Guard that you've registered with, and then they can see where you are, and then they will then communicate with whoever's closest to you.
Whichever Coast Guard of whichever country you're in.
And send in a chopper.
It's pretty sweet. So if we ever needed to abandon ship, we would take it with us. Or if there was an emergency on board and we needed assistance, there's a little button you can click and it'll activate.
And if the boat goes down and we don't have time to get to it, it activates underwater.
Oh yeah, if it gets wet, it also activates. There is so much paperwork. We're also finalizing our health insurance and our offshore boat insurance. Our boat isn't worth enough for anyone to insure it. So we did find somewhere that will give us third-party like liability insurance, so we can get into marinas if we need to and stuff, so that's good. But I guess we're not going with any insurance on our home, which is crazy to think about. That's the scoop. It's been chaotic. Mom and Dad have so much on their plates right now too. They've just moved out of their house and moved onto their powerboat, Masuda. Everything is crazy. It's crazy. And the last 2 days I've been feeling super anxious, just like, I think we have too much that we're trying to do right now.
Yeah.
But it'll all come together, it always does.
Oh yeah.
One of our many projects that we have to do before we go and is our gooseneck on our boom. It has a pretty significant, ow, done that so many times. It is parting from the mast and needs to be replaced, so we actually ordered a new part that was custom made. It's beautiful and we need to install that.
It's pretty similar to other systems I've seen on other sailboats. Pretty much just gets bolted to the mast, and then the original little swivel joint will just pop straight back in there and the boom will be able to rotate on it. I've set up a bunch of halyards to stop the left and right motion, and also the main halyard I've just wrapped around the boom so I can just hold the weight of it from there. I'm pretty happy. We got the old kind of gooseneck connector, the swivel joint off. The boom's supported, it's out the way, so now we just have to get the old bracket off that's attached to the mast and clean things up and put the new one on. And now it's time to fit this puppy. So I got to drill through the new bracket into the mast. That's sketchy. Didn't like doing that at all. And then I have to tap the mast, like add threads into it.
How's it going?
Good, it's going really good.
It's windy and our boom hasn't been attached, and it was really wavy and windy last night. I did not sleep because I was really worried about it.
It's quite solid.
Okay.
See?
I heard that noise all night.
That moved a lot more than I thought it was going to.
How's it going with the new gooseneck?
Yeah, really good. That one's drilled right through and then tapped in. Then I'm going to do this one and then maybe those bottom two, and then do the last four, pull a whole lot off, goop it up massively, and then glue it on and put those screws back on, and that's it.
What do you goop it with?
Sikaflex.
Oh. Lines?
Yeah,
what do you call those? Threads. You're just making threads.
So you turn it and then you just go back a bit just to clear the thread slightly.
Crazy.
Right, I've got all the holes all drilled and tapped. Now I'm just going to hand bomb all the screws in and make sure it all fits and looks good. I'm going to take the bracket off, acetone it, and then goop it up with some Sikaflex, and then yeah, bolt it all back on, cinch it up.
So it's a big work day today. Mom has come to help us get some jobs done. We're gonna paint the Dodger. We're just gonna paint it white. We're trying to get rid of all this green.
Taking it off would be a big deal.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a
The
decision.
top comes off quite easily. Mick's taken it off before.
We could have the top off, but would that help us with the bottom? Not really.
Earlier this week, I re-sewed our sail bags because the old color we used for just one of them got discontinued. Long story, but now we're a blue boat, which I actually think I prefer. And this guy...
I can do it myself.
No, you can't. Stop.
Look at me.
Stop.
Ah!
What are you doing?
Going up to fix that spreader. I can do it. Look.
What are you gonna do when you can't reach the winch handle anymore?
Ah, I've already thought of that. See? Ah! Yeah, I got my tools. Got my screwdriver. I don't even need that.
Are you glad you kept this bag?
just want to take the screwdriver up so I look cool.
You
Yeah,
can
man.
Throw it out.
Got my drill. Okay, let's go.
Okay. So Mom's here to, well, you're helping us with painting and things during the day, and also to test out our new guest room.
Look at this cutest
It's so
little
cute.
bed.
So it's like just under a king size bed. Hey, we didn't cut off too much of the mattress topper. This is our dinette. We've had tons of people asking us, how are there going to be 6 of you on your boat for 1 month?
And so I'll demonstrate how beautifully cozy and comfortable this little room is. We'll call it the dinette room. Yeah. It's good
Got these great curtains.
for privacy.
Can I turn on
And
the light?
apparently this bedroom has special stock. I'll just show you. Oh, look at that.
Oh my goodness, why does everything take so long on a boat? What is this, day 4 or something ridiculous of this boom project?
But only a couple hours a day.
Yeah, it's just, we're maxed out on organizing and sorting, and it's a lot. So anyway, we are reattaching our boom. By we, I mean Mick, and it's very exciting. We're gonna have such a strong loose neck,
It's massive.
and it's gonna be really secure, and it's gonna feel great. That old one was just on its last legs. And Mick got up to the top of the spreaders yesterday, and one of the spreaders, the bolts, he basically had to do this, drill holes and tap them and put screws in on our spreaders up there, and that's done now. Yes! We've got our running rigging, the lines that were in really bad shape have been replaced. And then Mom and I did 1 coat of the Dodger yesterday, and we're gonna do a 2nd coat today. This is just a primer. We're not sure if we want to keep it white or paint it dark blue to match our canvas, our new canvas and our hull. But we're gonna start with it white and see if we like that, and then we can always paint it dark blue when we're in Mexico.
We're a sailboat again. It's finished, the boom's reconnected. Yeah, that's it. That was great. Really happy with it. Whoa, what are you doing in there?
I'm taping off the windows so we can finish painting today.
Cool. The comfortable poses on a boat, hey? It's like 24-hour yoga.
Yep. It's not perfect, but it's an improvement, I feel. Man alive, what a great day it's been. I think the start of this week, on Monday, I was feeling super overwhelmed. It's Thursday evening now, and we have gotten so much done. Mom and I just went and ran a whole bunch of errands. What are you doing? Then while we were out, we got a call from our life raft guy who put a rush on our life raft, and we got that picked up, and it's now on board on the bow of the boat. It's not secured yet, but it's there. And our old life raft that was like 20 years old is gone. And what goodies do we have here?
It's our AIS. There it is there. Yeah.
And what is an AIS?
It transmits our signal to other boats that have an AIS system, and other boats that have an AIS system we can then see on a chart plotter or computer or whatever you're navigating with. So it pretty much just allows you to see other boats before you can see them.
And then what are these goodies?
These are for the water maker that was on the boat. We under-nabbed for a while whether to invest in a new one, and we just didn't have the funds to. So we are just giving the old one a bit of a spruce up. We've got new membranes, so they're the ones that push the salt out of the salt water and turn it into fresh water. These are expensive. They're like $400 each for that filter. But yeah, if you look after these, they'll last you 10 years
good,
easy.
good,
Yeah.
good.
And then we also got a reseal kit. I don't know when we'll get to this stuff.
We don't need it for going down the coast.
No.
It'll be really handy once we get it up and running. And now we have all the parts to get it up and running, so we'll just do it when we have time. But for getting down to Mexico, there's gonna be water, potable water at the docks to fill up with. We're gonna be okay. It feels really good to have all the stuff that we've picked up. Like, we have spent so much money the last 2 weeks. But we have a life raft, we have AIS, we have a sat phone. This is our new Garmin InReach sat phone. So
Actually, you know what? We shouldn't call it a sat phone. It's just a GPS communicator because we can't make phone calls on it.
I keep calling it a sat phone, but it's not actually a sat phone.
Anyone can text us, we can text them, and it's going to be really good for anybody on land. If we need to get some weather reports, if we don't have access to many, we can just text through and they will send us a report.
And we're actually working with, I call them our mentors. This is what they do for a living. They help people at different stages of their cruising dreams, whether it's you're already out there doing it, or you're thinking about doing it and you don't know how to actually get there and buy a boat and do it, or maybe you're done your cruising trip and you want to get back to land and you don't know how to do that. They help you with all those stages. I will link them below. Jamie and Bien, you rock. We've worked with them 2 different 3-month sessions. And this time they're going to be helping us with weather and routing down the coast. We have never done anything like this. We are going to have mom and dad aboard also. So we feel like we've surrounded ourselves with like crew both on the boat and off the boat that are going to make us successful. I highly recommend reaching out to Jamie and Bien. I don't know of anyone else that offers a service like what they offer.
No.
It's unreal, and they're amazing people. Every time we have a Zoom chat with them, I leave excited and encouraged.
They're very intuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so good, and they're so knowledgeable. We are 8 days away from leaving Victoria, from leaving Canada, crossing the strait and checking into the United States in Port Angeles. We are planning for winter weather. Cold, fog, rain, wetness. Ugh. It's gonna be treacherous for that first month. This morning I have taken some time to pull out all of our woolies, our warm gear, and I'm just packing up our summer stuff that we won't need until we get to maybe California, definitely Mexico, it'll be warm again. Packing them into vacuum seal bags so that we can store them away and make room for all of our cold weather gear. Okay, so we're in the parking lot of the dollar store. What did we just do?
We're putting together gift bags for kids.
Yeah, in countries
in
where, or areas where they might find it hard to find stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what did we buy?
Glasses, pencil crayons, Ziploc bags, hand sanitizer, soap, toothpaste, and toothbrushes and stuff.
Yeah, look at all these goods. We've heard from other cruisers that glasses and sunglasses are really highly sought after in places like Fiji. So we just stocked up at our local dollar store. All this stuff for us was just $100. But to people on the other side of the world, this would mean so much to them. So it's pretty cool. We're gonna do it all up into little bags. It feels very early in the morning and it feels cold, and like I need to find something to put on my feet to walk on the deck. These fancy shoes should do the trick. So we went out sailing yesterday. I got a little bit of footage right at the beginning when everything was very happy and calm. And then we hit the middle of the Juan de Fuca Strait, and there were riptides and there were 6-foot waves and it was wild. We actually had all 3 of our sails up to begin with. I looked at Mick and went, "Do you think we should reef the main?" And we have been taught very well that as soon as you question if you should reef the main, you should reef the main. So he looked at me and he went, "I hadn't thought of it, but since you said it, we're gonna do it." So we started reefing in the main, which for any non-sailors just means making your mainsail smaller. You pull it down and you tie it so you have less of it out. Are you at the 3rd reef right now?
Yeah, this is the smallest one.
So if we were in a really strong winds, we would have just this tiny little handkerchief of a mainsail out, and then you tie down the rest of the sail with reef lines. So we did that just to the first point, and we were very thankful we did.
Nice shoes, mate.
I know, I already talked about them. My sandals are in the dinghy. But anyway, we reefed the main and it was all cool. But we researched some ways yesterday. We actually looked up Uma's way of sailing Uma on YouTube. Their way of reefing the main is so awesome. So we're gonna set that up today because we want it to be easier than it was yesterday. So what are you doing right now?
I am just raising the sail because it's nice and calm, and we want a line tied to the boom that goes up through that ring. There's a name for it. Anyway, and then it comes back.
You had it yesterday, you were saying it to me.
Kringle, and then back down, then it ties to the boom.
Thank you, Sailing Uma. You totally helped us out, and it seems like our boom and mast is set up to do exactly what they did. So we got really excited yesterday. I will link their video down below. This is the reef line we used yesterday. It basically attaches to that first kringle or first grommet. I can't remember what they're called. And then it comes down and it runs along the mast, and then it goes back to a little winch that you just simply pull, and as you release the main halyard, so the line that pulls the main up, so you loosen that and you pull the reefing line and it just naturally reefs itself, and it's brilliant and so much easier than what we were trying to do yesterday. So the day is here. I don't know that we have really been totally clear on what our plan is, so I thought we better do that. Better late than never. So we did our shakedown cruise at the start of summer and through the summer, and we just hung around BC and tested the boat out, got to know her, and then we came back to Victoria. We've been here for 3 weeks and we did some last minute jobs. Then today, Mom and Dad are moving aboard because in 4-ish days we are heading off. We're heading south. We're going from Victoria across to Port Angeles, where we will check into the States. We'll make a few stops along the American coast, and then we actually are dropping Mom and Dad off in California, and they are gonna fly home to Victoria and get their boat ready because they are going to meet us in Mexico. And all together, the 6 of us, 3 generations on 2 boats, will cross the Pacific. So that's kind of the grand plan. And tomorrow we leave our cute little anchorage of Cadboro Bay and we head downtown to the inner harbor, where we're gonna have our going away party at a dock and just a few last minute things, and then we go. Good morning, crew. Look at all of us.
Hold it, Thomas, how's my hair?
Good morning, Kate.
I already did it for you.
This is
so it's perfect
our
then.
first night aboard. Well, it's actually my
This was
second
like,
night, but
you know,
First
action.
official night.
first
Movie
official
time
night
here.
aboard.
How did you guys sleep?
Excellent.
Like
You
a
should
dead man.
just show our beautiful
Slept really
space.
well. Ta-da!
Maybe not the messy clothes that we haven't put away, but yeah, no, it was really cozy, Kate.
This is it, Mom.
I
The
know.
start of the adventure. Woo! this is a weird feeling. We are sailing past landmarks that are very familiar to us. It's a cool way to say goodbye. Got Dallas Road over here for anyone that knows Victoria. It's so weird. We have no idea when we will be back. So weird. Well, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pulling into downtown Victoria. Great job.
Boom.
This is weird. Being downtown Victoria, I don't know, it feels really surreal.
This is where, you know, remember when they were saying, you know, we are going to the United States of America where they have food.
But we don't know how much we'll stop. Like Mick keeps talking about just going straight to San Fran if the weather's good.
Yeah, and we got
So we have to be prepared.
6 people need to eat
Yeah.
while we go. So
this is just all our dry food that we left in the car after shopping yesterday because we were too tired to put away. We are trying to find places for it all. But we're really full to the brim everywhere.
the nuts, okay, you can't ever have enough mixed nuts, and so they go way back into the back, right? Bin full of snack protein bars, because we were told it was good to have protein when you're on passage. You need things that are quick and easy to eat.
Tomatoes.
Oh yeah, no, we had a lot of this, and you were asking me, you said, how many do we need on board? And we thought 8, but I think we have a lot more than that.
We're gonna be eating a lot of pasta.
We might be.
That's pancake mix.
Pancakes for a year.
No, I have something to say about that. That is the best pancake mix you can buy. So I can pay solely for the pancake mix because I literally bought that as like I want to have this for the next 3 years of my life. Pancake mix. 2 days. 2 days. We don't leave today. We don't leave tomorrow, but we leave the next day. So we're all like in mega work mode, last minute things. This afternoon we have a bit of an open house happening. We've invited people to just come by, see the boat. A lot of our friends, some people haven't seen the boat because of COVID and everything, and say goodbye to us. It'll be really fun. What are you working on, Mick?
Oil change.
Last minute oil change.
Yeah, I just had a shower, so I'm feeling all clean, and I thought it was the perfect time.
What are you working on, Dad?
So I'm wire mousing these shackles shut with stainless steel wire because there's a lot of tension when these are working all the time on this little shaft here. And because it actually, there's a point of friction here that will cause this thing to undo itself over time. So you wire them shut so it can't undo itself. So I'm snapping them really tight, and then I'm making sure they're wired shut with fresh stainless steel wire.
Swabbing the decks.
I am.
We've got a new swab on board.
We're getting ready for a pretty important open house, saying goodbye to all our friends and neighbors and countrymen. And yeah, I offered to be the deck swabber today.
Well, thank you. You're doing a wonderful job.
Did they keep it wet or they can put carpet?
Boys. Hi. Hi. Started biking. Yeah, very exciting. That was fun. We want to send a huge thank you to everyone who came out to support us and say goodbye to us on our final night in Victoria. It was the perfect night. Our cockpit was full all afternoon and all evening with people we love. We couldn't have asked for a better send-off. Thank you. Until we meet again, we're going to miss and love you all so much.